Okay, Cancer, I need you to watch this before July starts, because this is not just a new month, y'all. Okay, this feels like a timeline shift. And if you've been under the sound of my voice since at least the beginning of 2026, y'all, I told you July is the start of a tipping, moving in a different direction. Okay. So we're closing out June, y'all, with major, when I say major astrology, we got Mercury retrograde energy that is activating in our sign, okay, during our season. Ain't that crazy? But y'all, Spirit is saying, listen, you Cancer, you're not going to be able to carry the same mindset, the same fear, the same confusion, or the same emotional baggage into this next chapter. Okay. So before we even ask about what July is bringing, y'all, we got to ask, what was June supposed to be teaching us? We got to make sure we got all them lessons. We need to know what we're supposed to release and what energy, we're about to walk into as we start July. So let's get into it, shall we? Welcome back to the Cancerian Vibe, Cancer. So this is our usual watch before the month ahead read, where we kind of recap the energy, where we just, we're going to pull some cards on what we need to know before we step into this brand new month with brand new energy, brand new vibe. Okay. And like I said, y'all, this month really, really feels important. July does not feel like business as usual. I'm telling you, June brought up a lot. Did it not? It brought up a lot emotionally, spiritually, financially, internally. And now I feel like Spirit is asking, Cancer, did you learn the lesson? Or are you about to repeat the same thing in July? So if you ain't trying to repeat, tune in, Cancer, okay? Because I don't want you to repeat your June if it's not worth repeating, okay? So we're gonna pull cards. We're gonna start with what June is trying to teach you, but listen, so you guys, depending on when you catch this, if you got in where you fit in with the Mercury retrograde reset and prosperity activation, I think there may be a couple more seats left if you get there in time, or if you see this message in time. The replay will be available, so if you missed it and you're watching this after the live event, this happening on this Saturday the 27th, you can, if you want, you still want the deets, you want the info, you can get the replay. So check the links in the description box below for all calls, sessions, readings, all of that good stuff is down in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment section. Everything that you need to know. Okay, go ahead and tap in with me down in the comment section. It's our season, so make sure you put your birthday down there so you can find your birthday twin and we can say happy birthday to each other. I really, really hope that y'all heard me, because let me tell you, this Mercury retrograde is going to be interesting. But all right, Spirit, we're going to start with the energy Cancer is coming out of. What is June trying to teach Cancer? What does Cancer need to know? What was the theme we need to see before the month ends? Fun fact, the month ends on my birthday, June 30th. Shout out to my birthday twins, okay? But interesting. So we got cosmic consciousness that came flying out, you guys, with initiation showing up here at the bottom of the deck. So definitely look, Cancer, I feel like did I not say that June brought up a lot? And definitely a lot of it could have been internal. Because with this cosmic consciousness, why am I keep saying cautiousness? I don't know. Spirit gonna have to tell me that. Okay, but yeah, definitely it feels like a time where in June, Cancer, your awareness may have been on another level. Okay, I'm telling you, Cancer, June, it was not just trying to change your circumstances. It was definitely trying to expand your consciousness. Like, that's what the month was about. Okay. Cosmic consciousness is about kind of like zooming out. Right. And I feel like Spirit spent this month trying to get you to stop looking at your life from like the ground level and really start seeing the bigger picture of your life. You know what I mean? Because some of you may have been asking, like, why is this happening to me? What's going on? But I feel like the better question to ask is, what is this preparing you for? You're experiencing what you're experiencing for very intentional reasons, right? And I'm not saying that you deserve something bad to happen to you or anything like that, but what I am saying is June was a preparation month. I have been telling y'all, like I said, if you've been under the sound of my voice since at least January, I have been telling you, especially December, okay? I almost feel like June has definitely been a month of perspective shifts. Y'all gonna have to let me know down in the comment section. Maybe things didn't unfold on your timeline, you know, but maybe some people disappointed you, Cancer. Maybe some plans changed. But Spirit, I'm telling you, Spirit is saying none of that was random. None of that was random. It was all designed to elevate the way that you're thinking, the way that you're perceiving yourself, Cancer, the way that you perceive your overall path. This card, Cosmic Consciousness, talks about awareness, like seeing the beauty in everything, right? Even the uncomfortable moments, y'all. Yeah. And I know that's easier said than done, right? But I think June has definitely been showing you that every single setback, Cancer, it carried a lesson. It carried a lesson. Every delay, it carried some type of purpose, right? That's why I say everything's intentional right now. Every ending created room for something bigger, okay? Now, what I really love is this energy at the bottom of the deck, this initiation, because this tells me that June was not the destination, and it just confirms what I was talking about, okay? June was the entrance exam, y'all, okay? Some of you may have definitely felt stretched spiritually, you know, may have been stretched emotionally, even mentally. I'm telling you, this month, you definitely may have felt like you've been questioning just everything, but Spirit says that's because you're standing in this doorway between a new chapter. You know, initiation is exactly what it sounds like, you know. I feel like you're being invited into a higher level of yourself, Cancer. So June wasn't trying to break you. It wasn't trying to punish you or anything. Like I said, June was literally trying to prepare you. Okay, the card initiation says a time of new opening and development. It's a number 44 card too. So this definitely makes me feel like something with home too. Something could be starting around your home, and home doesn't just mean your physical home, okay? Our energy, Cancerian energy, is home. So, you know, it says powerful forces are inviting you into new levels of spiritual energy. I'm telling you, Cancer, I told y'all, Cancers, we are not Cancers by accident. And literally, Spirit was waking all of us up and putting us through our own spiritual boot camp in our own special way. Because Cancer, I promise you, we're going to be healing the world. We have a different level of consciousness. We have a different level of emotional intelligence. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just, you know, I'm just saying we're different, Cancer, for a good reason. And I've been telling y'all, okay, that's why you feel this energy, this anxiety that like, oh my gosh, like I need to get my life together. I need to start living my purpose. I'm not happy with what I used to be doing. This is why Spirit made you spiritually aware. So now, Cancer, we start building, bridging the spiritual and the practical. Okay, yeah, we get the spiritual insight, but we got to make it real. Okay, in the 3D. But we'll talk about that another day. I really also, I can't ignore y'all that closing out the month, ending out the month outside of my birthday, okay? But we're ending the month with really, really powerful astrology, okay? And it makes perfect sense that Spirit's first message isn't about money, okay? It's not about love, but it's about your consciousness, Cancer. That's not a coinky-dink, okay? Because this version of you that's walking into July, Cancer, you can't think like the version that walked into June. I'm gonna just say that, like, you can't. Okay, so listen, if June is expanding your awareness and preparing you for this initiation, like it's the boot camp, I'm telling you, you've been in the spiritual boot camp. Some of you are definitely experiencing spiritual awakenings. Okay, I know I'm working with clients in my spiritual mentorship that are using their spiritual insights, like I said, talking about bridging it with the practicality, the spiritual and the practical, y'all, okay? And that's what you need to be building, especially as Jupiter is coming out of our sign, y'all. Jupiter only blesses what's in motion. So you best bring into motion. But anyway, we're going to look at, you know, what we need to release. What does Cancer need not to take with them into July? Because every new initiation, it definitely requires some type of release, right? Every new level asks you to leave something behind. So let's see. Spirit, what does Cancer need to release before July begins? What does Cancer need to release before July begins, Spirit? interesting dynamic. Why do I feel immediately? I feel like it's a connection, and not necessarily romantic connection, but it's a power dynamic. I'm telling you, it's like the levels are changing, okay? And I feel like this is dynamics in all kind of ways. You're I'm listen, spirit is talking so much because this dynamic, I feel like, again, it's you stepping into your power. This is just confirmation, Cancer, that you're being called into power, literally. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Cancer, you have, with this consciousness, with dynamic, I feel like you can't, what you have to release is remaining passive. After you've already received the awareness, because you're aware. You can't tell me you're not, Cancer. You got a level of consciousness that other people just can't fathom. So you're aware. Spirit is saying, why aren't you moving on that awareness? Okay. This is what's interesting, because I don't think Spirit is asking you to release action. I actually think Spirit is actually asking you to release that version of yourself that waits for permission, to take some type of action, right? Because dynamic is all about movement and your personal power and, this momentum, this energy of achievement. And I think for a lot of Cancers, you spend a lot of time thinking, right? You spend enough time planning, and you spend enough time saying, I'm going to start Monday, or I'm going to do it when this happens, or when I feel this, I'm going to da-da-da-da-da. That's Cancer's biggest problem, because we feel so much. So we think, everything is supposed to, we're supposed to have this feeling of, just certainty and be able to move forward. And I think that's what's holding a lot of Cancers back, because Spirit has already given you the blueprint, the answers. Listen, but you're hesitating, okay? When I look at June's card, this cosmic consciousness, Spirit expanded your awareness, but awareness without action does not change your life, Cancer. Like, it's like me giving you a check for $1 million and you just going home and drawing on it. Like, what is that going to do for you? Nothing at all, right? I almost feel like Spirit is really, really calling us out, Cancer. And I say us because I'm a Cancer, and I ain't going to sit up here on my high horse like I'm better than anybody. Listen, okay? I'm a Cancer stellium, so I feel it like the best of us, okay? But you know what you're supposed to do, Cancer. You know what you are supposed to become. You know what conversations need to be had. You know what opportunities you've been putting off. You know what businesses that you've been saying you're going to start, but you haven't started them. You know what boundary you said you was going to set, but you've been avoiding it. You know. You can't tell me you don't know, because I know you know. Spirit know you know, okay? So what needs to be released isn't your dreams, okay? You ain't got to release your dreams, but negative people, negative energy, and your hesitation. That's what has to be released, okay? Especially, y'all, with Mercury retrograde coming up. Yeah, people always think retrogrades means don't do something, but sometimes a retrograde simply just asks you to move a little different, okay? Like, not stop moving altogether. Life still moves on whether Mercury is in microbraids or not, okay? So be intentional, right? Reevaluate things, refine, but do not let this become another excuse to stay stuck or stay stagnant, Cancer, all right? Now, I'm telling you, look, at the bottom of the deck, y'all, we got creation showing up. And I really, really love this energy. It's almost like Spirit is whispering, look, Cancer, if you're wondering what's waiting on the other side of letting this old version of you go, a whole new world. Okay, listen, a whole new life. I really, really like creation says, y'all, and this is the number 1 card. So it's literally an ace, a beginning, okay? Creation says that this is the beginning of a brand new phase. That means July does not have to look anything like June, okay? But here's the catch. You cannot create something new while trying to operate in them same habits, them same fears, the same excuses, that same identity. It's not gonna work, Cancer. So don't get up in my comments talking about some y'all say this every month and don't nothing happen. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because y'all, I think some of y'all think just listening to a tarot reading just gives you... Anyway, I'm not going to snap. But what are you doing? What are you actively doing, Cancer? I'm just saying, some of you keep asking Spirit to change your circumstances, right? But Spirit is trying to change you. Like, literally you, Cancer. Because once you change, your circumstances, they have no choice but to change too. Because they're going to have to match the new you. So work on that. You know what I mean? Some of you don't need another sign. You need a decision. You need to make a choice right now today, okay? Listen, mic drop. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm preaching, but I feel like Spirit definitely it's like a frustrated energy, kind of like, okay, I'm trying to help you, but are you helping yourself too? I feel that for somebody, and you gotta take a cold, hard look in the mirror and be honest with yourself, Cancer. Okay, so we talked about what June was trying to teach you, and we talked about what Spirit says, needs to stay in June. Don't bring it to July. Now, let's see what's waiting for us when we cross over into this new month, new vibe, new energy. Spirit, what energy is Cancer walking into in the month of July? What's the energy that Cancer is walking into in the month of July? Ooh, see, Cancer, I told you. Spiritual teacher showing up here at the bottom of the deck. I told you, Cancer, a lot of y'all have been going through your spiritual boot camp, spiritual awakenings. Your consciousness has been elevated. Spirit is saying, you keep asking me for more money. You keep asking me for this, that, and the third. Your spiritual gifts is what's gonna unlock it. And the fact that, Cancer, I'm telling you, again, I'm not bragging. We just Cancers, because I'm telling you, this energy of universal love, that's what Spirit is trying to emanate through us, Cancer. That's what's going to heal the world. Now, I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Cancer. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Cancer stellium. But I firmly believe that Cancers have a role in healing this world. And that's why we've been going through the hell that we've been going through, because I feel like, honestly, Cancer, other people are going to catch some hell, and they're going to look to us to be like, okay, well, how did you get through it? Like, because you're on the other side thriving, and that's spiritual teaching. Okay, you're about to be teaching about your consciousness, and don't think that means you got to get up here and do tarot readings like me or whatever. Your spiritual gift is your spiritual gift. I can't do you and you can't do me. You know what I mean? So don't think there's just one dynamic of spiritual teaching, okay? But your inner voice, Cancer, that intuition, your discernment, it's yours for a reason. I'm just saying, okay? Universal love says, open your heart to the world, and light will fill your life regardless of outcomes, okay? Universal love is the essence of life. Embrace it. Everything and everyone. Embrace it in everything and everyone, y'all. This is really, really beautiful. I think some of you were hoping for a card about money, success or abundance. But Spirit is saying the energy that you're walking into is actually one of alignment. And that's so freaking priceless. Universal love is not just about romantic love either. It's operating from a place where your love begins to match your heart. You know what I mean? I almost feel like, Cancer, you have been carrying so much, a lot of heaviness, right? Maybe even some disappointment, maybe some resentment even, maybe some fears from things that didn't work out. But I'm telling you, July does not feel like that energy of having to like prove yourself. July really feels like you are attracting what really authentically belongs to you. Isn't it interesting too that I'm telling you, cosmic consciousness, June, it expanded that, right? It's I feel like, Spirit is asking you to release this hesitation, and now this energy that you're walking into, it's not hustle. Spirit ain't saying work harder, hustle harder. No. We talked about consistency at one point. This is a totally different message, Cancer. Spirit is saying get aligned, okay? That's why I was so intentional, y'all, about my prosperity blueprints, my heart blueprints, where we talk about, and we use your astrology to get down to the nitty-gritty. There are so many secrets, quote unquote, so many answers that people are trying to find the answers to, or so many questions that people are looking to find the answer to, and they literally live in your birth chart, y'all. Y'all know billionaires use astrology, and they try to play it off like astrology is not a big deal. Oh, it's a suit up. That's another story for another day. We'll talk about it. But I'm telling you, Cancer, listen. I'm just saying, okay. So get into it if you feel called, but alignment is the message, okay? That's the message. When you are aligned with who you really are, the right people are going to recognize you. The right opportunities are going to find you, Cancer. The right conversations are going to start happening. The right doors are going to be opening. You just got to be in the right place. You just got to get in alignment, Cancer. Okay? And I'm telling you, this card, this spiritual teacher, y'all, it almost gives me chills because of where it is. I don't think that you're the student anymore, Cancer. I think now you are the teacher. Okay, you are the teacher, young grasshopper. Now, don't misunderstand me, because you never, ever, ever stop learning, right? But I think Spirit has been taking you through experiences that one day won't just make sense to you. They're going to be so useful to somebody else, Cancer. They're going to listen, okay? I definitely see some of you are supposed to be a mentor. You're supposed to lead. Some of you, this could be in how you parent. You're supposed to parent differently, heal your family, finally use your voice, right? Whatever your calling is, Spirit says you've been learning these lessons for a reason, okay? That's why we get into it. Your spiritual lessons and all of that in the prosperity blueprint, your purpose, because I feel like once you get that clarity, I'm telling you, when it clicked for me and I got the clarity, life changed. When you get in your right lane, life changed. When you stop trying to fight against the flow and go with what you know, life changes, y'all. I'm just saying. I'd also, I feel like definitely your inner voice is getting stronger, like I said, because remember how we started this reading with the cosmic consciousness, expanded awareness. That awareness wasn't so that you could just know more, just to know it. No, you got to trust yourself more, Cancer. Okay. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, that during July, somebody comes to you for some type of advice. Someone asks you how you got through something, or someone asks you to help them try to figure out something, navigate something in that sense. And in that moment, you're going to realize that you've grown a lot more than you thought you had. I feel like that's going to be like a full circle kind of moment for you. Okay. This feels, I'm telling you, spiritual teacher. Yeah. Let it out. Your true spiritual teachers are in the invisible realm. Study and learn from physical teachers to prepare yourself, Cancer. That's what the card says. So some of you may even feel called to learn, study and learn certain things about your consciousness, your spirituality, all of that. Look, oneness is right behind it. I'm telling you, Cancer, we are the people that are going to bring the world back together. We have been charged with that task, okay? And it's a huge task. It is. To whom much is given, much is required, okay? But if, that's the beautiful energy Spirit is trying to bring into your life. We need to see what could get in the way of it, because every blessing has a distraction. Every breakthrough has some type of resistance. So let's ask Spirit, what does Cancer need to be careful of as we move into July? See, that initiation into spiritual teacher, though, that's blowing my mind, Cancer. That's blowing my mind, because I'm telling you, I am in the room. I'm speaking to people that God has truly entrusted you to heal the world. And it's such an honor to be amongst you. Okay. What does Cancer need to be careful of as they move into July, though? What does Cancer need to be careful of? Interesting. So emergence. Okay, look, dramatic changes are taking place. I told y'all, July is not just another day. I mean, it's not just another month. Okay, dramatic changes are happening. The second half of this year will look dramatically different from the first half of this year. Okay, I'm telling you, the new you is emerging. That's what Spirit is saying. The new you is emerging, and this ain't, oh, she just went and got a hair trim and she looks a little different. No, this is, oh my God, who is that? We don't recognize her, him, whatever. Okay, because a new you is emerging. The one that is spiritually conscious, the one that is healing the world, Cancer, in your own way. And look, we got compassion here at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, is that not your energy? Nobody can be, I'm not going to say nobody can be as compassionate as Cancer, but we have a different level of consciousness when it comes to compassion. Okay. And I feel like, look, an act of compassion is required. I'm telling you, somebody is going to come to you this month for the help. And that is going to be your proof of concept to let you know Spirit is going to be like, yeah, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Yeah, at first glance, it doesn't look like a warning card, this emergence. It actually feels very, very positive, okay? Very, very positive. Some of you are about to experience exactly what you've been praying for, okay? The more visibility, putting yourself out there, more opportunities, more responsibility, more people noticing you, okay? But here's the warning, because I'm telling you, Cancer, you cannot shrink when it finally gets here, when it arrives, okay? Some of you have spent so long preparing that you accidentally become comfortable preparing. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You've been comfortable being the student. You've been comfortable just learning and planning and waiting. But emergence says that there comes a point where the preparation must meet some participation. You know, you gotta get in the field. What's the point of keep practicing and practicing if you never perform, right? Don't pray to be seen if you're gonna go hide the moment that the spotlight finds you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, this card literally says dramatic changes are taking place, y'all. Wake up. Okay, step out into the world as the new you. Speak your truth. Be vulnerable and strong. Okay, be both vulnerable and strong, y'all. That tells me that July may ask you to use your voice in ways that you have never had to before. And that may be scary. I know it's scary, but if not you, then who, Cancer? I'm just saying. I don't actually think this is saying, you know, be compassionate to everyone else first. This compassion energy, like you need to be, you know, thinking about this person or these other people that are going to come to you and need help or whatever. I feel like this too more so is a message to yourself too, to give yourself permission to be new, you know, like give yourself some compassion and grace, Cancer. Sometimes, you know, we're harder on ourselves than anyone else. We're our own worst critic, right? We expect ourselves to just have everything figured out, and, you know, we criticize every single mistake. We compare ourselves where, you know, to where we think that we should be, the timeline or whatever. But compassion, I feel like, is really reminding you to look, you're still becoming. Like it's not a race, like it's a process. You're still becoming. Okay. You can't emerge while you're constantly criticizing this version of yourself, Cancer. There's a new you trying to be born and you're criticizing it, okay? So you got to stop speaking to yourself like you're still that person in June who was trying to heal, okay? And yes, definitely extend compassion to other people, but because, you know, we talked about being a spiritual teacher. As you continue to grow, people are going to come to you carrying wounds, Cancer, that you have already healed. You've been there, done that, bought that t-shirt, done it again, okay? Like, I'm telling you, Cancer, whatever you think about, what the biggest thing that you went through in your life, Spirit is about to show you why. Okay. And a lot of you are going to be able to, and I'm not just saying this is about money, but a lot of you are going to be able to monetize your spiritual gifts. That's what I'm seeing here. And that's why Spirit is saying, look, your working dynamics in your life just going to have to change because you're moving different. When you're a spiritual teacher, just think of a spiritual teacher like Gandhi, right? Think of that. Think of how his life, and I'm not saying that you have to live your life like that, but your life is going to change from what it was in June. I'm just going to put it like that, okay? Because we ain't even got to compare it to everybody or anybody else because we all have different paths, different gifts, okay? But definitely people are going to come to you for healing, okay? And you just remember what it felt like when you were there, okay? Do you see do you see what Spirit has been talking about this entire reading though? Because like not one card has talked about money. Not one, y'all. Not one card has talked about a specific relationship. Spirit keeps talking about who you, Cancer, are becoming, right? And I feel like that's because you're becoming who you are becoming is going to determine everything else. That's going to determine your money. That's going to determine your relationships. That's going to determine all the other circumstances because it's directly tied, okay? I'm telling you, all right, we talked about June, y'all. We talked about what needs to stay behind. We talked about the energy waiting for you in July. We done talked about what Spirit wants you to be mindful of. So let's close this reading the same way we always do. Let's ask about the blessing. The blessing or the breakthrough, what we can look forward to. Final confirmation. Cancer needs before stepping into this new month. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. What's the blessing or the breakthrough? Final confirmation for Cancer before stepping into this new month. Look, okay, that was a lot that's happening. Transmutation was on top of that, and I'm telling you, you're going to be able, all the hell that you've been through, Cancer, because I know it's been heavy. You can vent about it in the comment section. But Spirit is taking it and you're transmuting it and you're becoming a spiritual teacher. I don't know if you saw that pull out too. That's why you went through what you went through. Again, I'm not saying that you deserved anything, but you're not a Cancer by coinky-dink. Okay? What blessing or breakthrough? And literally, it's coming out again. I'm telling you. And you opening up to your gifts, Cancer, your spiritual gifts is what's going to take you to this higher dimension. And that's why, like, nothing will be off limits to you. Oh my gosh. This reading blew my mind, Cancer. This reading has really blown my mind, because I'm telling you, Cancer, your inner voice is becoming stronger. Spirit ain't talking about literally just money, because how you're moving, everything literally flows to you. Like, you're not gonna be thinking about money the same way that you did before. You're not gonna be thinking about relationships that you did before. Like, your consciousness forever changed, okay? And the fact that Spirit literally brought out spiritual teacher, y'all, I'm telling you, please, if you do nothing else, get in alignment with your purpose, Cancer. There's a reason God put you here, okay? There's a reason. This is very much prophetic confirmation of the season that you are about to enter, Cancer, okay? Listen, whenever Spirit repeats itself, I stop talking and I really start listening, because that ain't no accident, y'all, okay? Because earlier in this reading, when the card showed up underneath the universal love, it, almost like a promise, like, yes, this is what now it's back as a final message, y'all. That tells me Spirit is saying, in case you missed it the first time, you know, this is who you're becoming, okay? Some of you keep waiting for a title before you feel like you're qualified. You think you need some type of certification. You need another year. You need another sign, another confirmation, another opportunity. I don't know what you think you need, but your life has been the classroom. I'm telling you, you've gotten everything that you need from what you've been through, okay? That's why we saw that transmutation. Your pain wasn't just something to survive. Even though, like, kudos to you, because I know you'd have been through some things that the next person couldn't. They couldn't get through it, okay? But it was something to study, Cancer. And that's why Mercury retrograde is in our sign, because it's going to bring up some stuff, y'all. I'm just going ahead and mentally preparing you. It's going to bring up some stuff that you need to address, that you need to be aware of, that you need to be studying, okay? It's like Spirit is giving you your material to sell, okay? Everything that you walked through, every single disappointment, y'all, every disappointment, every heartbreak, every delay, every lesson, everything, every prayer that was not answered the way that you wanted it answered, y'all, it has all been preparing you to guide somebody else in your own unique way, okay? Now, I'm telling you, with this higher dimensions, and it looks like higher dimensions on the back of the card, right? We started with the cosmic consciousness, and now we're ending with higher dimensions. Spirit has been talking about elevation this entire reading, y'all, okay? Higher dimensions, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like leaving Earth or anything, or, you know, floating in the cosmos, although I do feel like you have the ability to do so. It feels like, you know, you got access, right? You got backstage access. But I think it more so means like you're no longer, you know, meant to operate on the same level of consciousness that you used to, okay? Like, the problems that used to consume you are not going to consume you the same way, okay? The opinions that used to stop you before, they're not going to hit the same. Like, they're not going to stop you, okay? The fear that used to try to control you, Cancer, it won't control you the same. I'm telling you, y'all, this is a big prediction, but I would almost bet my bottom dollars on it, because I honestly believe July is going to be the month where so many of you surprise yourself, Cancer. You're going to respond differently. You're going to speak differently. You're going to walk away from things that, you know, you would have chased before, right? You may find yourself saying yes to opportunities that you would have talked yourself out of in June, okay? And I'm talking about literally just a couple days ago, right? I feel like, you know, you're going to realize, wow, I have really changed. Like, wow, like, sit back and really think about it. And I'm telling you, Mercury being in our sign, it going retrograde, yes. Expect it, y'all, okay? Not necessarily that your whole life is just gonna change overnight, you an overnight celebrity or something like that, but you change. You do. And once you change, your reality has to catch up with the change, okay? It has to. It may not be immediate for everybody, but it has to catch up, all right? I have to say, this has probably been one of the most spiritually focused month to end readings we have ever had in a while. Like, this one really, really blew me, okay? And not in a bad way, but in like blew me away, in a sense where everything that I've been feeling, everything that Spirit has been showing me, Spirit just gave me more clarity and confirmation on it, Cancer. You know, the new you is emerging, okay? Spirit barely talks about money. Spirit barely talks about relationships, barely talks about your outside circumstance. Instead, Spirit was really keen on talking about you, Cancer. You. Because July doesn't look like a month where you're just simply receiving more. It looks like a month where you're going to be becoming more. Okay. And when you become more, listen, I'm telling you, everything else will fall into place. Okay. Everything else will fall into place. I'm going to pull one final message from the universe just to see. Oh, I've been here a little minute, but I feel like pulling one more. So let's just see one final message that Cancer needs to hear before we move into July. Look, if something deep within you tells you that something is not quite right, trust it, because your consciousness is on another level. Your intuition is on point. So don't be trying to find logic to don't be trying to use logic to explain your intuition. Go with what feels right. If you are unhappy in your life, change something. Let it emerge. And the change is making a decision, Cancer, okay? It is entirely up to you. So you can't get in the comment section and be mad. Y'all say this is going to happen, and then and I'm miserable. What are you doing? I would challenge you. What are you doing? Okay? Stop making excuses. You are in control of your own life. That's what Spirit is saying. Okay? You moving into a different level. Okay? Now, some of you may be seeing... constantly seeing recurring numbers or words, or you're getting a sign that you're being supported right now. You are cared for and divinely protected by the universe. So those repeating numbers, y'all, let me know which ones y'all seen in the comment section, and I'll come back and maybe pull cards on a couple of those just to see if there's anything that's specific that Spirit wants to call out. But I definitely feel like Spirit is just overall trying to confirm and let you know, Cancer, you're protected. Beautiful things are about to happen for you. Like, you are being open, unlocked to higher dimensions. It's like you're being let into first class, okay? Like, you moving on up, Cancer, okay? I'm just saying, if this message resonated with you and you feel like you need personalized guidance, Cancer, all of my links are down below for readings, clarity calls, one-on-one sessions, classes, all of that. Check out the Mercury retrograde reset and prosperity activation. If you can get in with me live, perfect. If not, catch the replay. Okay. So you can work with this energy more intentionally, okay? That's the name of the game, Cancer. As always, y'all, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Like I said, it's an honor to be in the presence of who Spirit is speaking to us right now, us Cancers, okay? Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, y'all. You know, do all the things. If YouTube gives you the option to hit that hype button, I really, really appreciate it, you guys. Spread this message because the Cancers need to hear it, okay? They do. All right. And if you need help with any of this, Cancer, if you're like, Bridget, I know what you're talking about, but I just don't know. Get in touch with me, babe. Okay. We can talk about it. All right. But I'm going to leave it here, boo. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, I love you.